What are you doing? Oh my.
You guys.
Oh my God.
You guys, look.
Oh my God.
Look who I found.
Dude, we missed you guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to our YouTube. It has been an absolutely wild year. So much has happened. Let's catch up on it all. Well, I guess we'll start with competing.
Yeah?
I competed last year, did my first show June 1st. 10 days out from that show, I decided that I was going to cross over into women's physique division, which is...
Good call.
It was very intimidating.
Yeah. Taught yourself the posing in
Never
like a week.
formally learned the posing. So I learned it in 10 days prior to getting on stage, which was actually really, really fun. I did that by looking at the Olympia women in women's physique, kind of taking what I liked from their posing and adding it to my own. Through my shows last year, my women's physique posing improved a lot. So competed at the Kuklo in both women's physique and figure. Ended up not winning figure. But I did win women's physique.
You got qualified. You went there to qualify.
I went there to qualify, and I qualified.
Got the job done.
Got the job done.
Yep.
And then from there, we went to Tennessee to do junior nats. Wasn't quite lean enough yet, but ended up getting second in figure and women's physique top 5 first call-outs, which was really cool.
First time on a national stage in women's physique.
It was intimidating.
Yeah, but you did good.
There were some really impressive girlies there. It was very cool. From there, we came back and 2 weeks later, went to NPC Universe in New Jersey, which was a blast. Again, massive classes of people. I competed in both women's physique and figure.
Went pro in both.
2 pro cards, yeah. So I got 2 pro cards that day, 1 in women's physique and 1 in figure, which was better than I could have ever imagined. Got first place in figure and second place in WPD. And then after that, we went out to dinner and I had French toast right away and was too nauseous to eat the rest of my food. It was a great way to celebrate. So yeah, that was competing. After that, we came back, did a lot of traveling.
For like,
pretty much
still
until now.
traveling.
Pretty much
still,
until now.
Still doing the thing.
We're still traveling.
We're still traveling. We're still not home.
Biggest one was gonna be New Zealand.
3 weeks in New Zealand.
If y'all ever have a chance to go to New Zealand, I can't recommend it enough.
It's unreal.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Waterfalls out the ass. We did get to the point where we were like, oh fuck, another waterfall. And it just wasn't.
It kind of makes you feel bad about it too, because you're like, why am I not appreciating this for what it is?
We also had my kick-ass friend, an awesome client, come stay with us for a month, B, from Canada. Prior to competing, she and Olivia competed at the Texas Pro.
I didn't propose in New Zealand.
Oh.
That happened. I had these plans, man. I knew we were going to New Zealand. I had the ring that was supposed to be in my hands before we left, and there was a production issue.
We had a day where we were in the countryside.
It was beautiful.
We took this mile walk. We're walking down and we go to this pink beach, completely covered in pink seashells, and it is stunning. The water's bright blue. We're surrounded by foliage.
We're the only ones down there.
We're the only ones down there. There's a cute little swing. It's just like, if you could imagine a fairy tale, that's what this looked like.
Yeah.
Josh sets his phone up to take a picture of us on this beautiful beach, and the phone falls over. And then he goes back, he picks it up, sets it up again, falls over. I think this happened 4 times. And that made me a little suspect because Josh doesn't usually care about
I'm like a two kind of guy. Like
max attempt 2 times.
Max attempt 2 times. If not, I take the L.
Yeah. Here we go. Sets it up, gets me in frame, turns around, he puts his hands in his pocket, and I'm like,
is this a runway?
Yeah, dude. And then you finally look up at me, and I'm like, oh shit, dude. Oh shit. He's gonna propose. He's gonna propose.
And then I didn't, because I was walking up like, damn, I really wish I had that ring. So anyway, I didn't propose in New Zealand.
Didn't propose in New Zealand, but did take that idea home with us when you actually proposed.
Yeah, we couldn't have a pink beach. So I had, 30,000 pink flower petals flown in to cover the Pfluger pedestrian bridge in downtown Austin. And I thought if she couldn't have a pink beach, she at least deserves a pink bridge.
It was absolutely stunning, but I will say, when you hear the number 30,000 pink,
I thought it was gonna be so many more.
You kind of think the entire bridge is gonna be covered?
For anybody who's thinking about proposing and getting like a lot of flower petals for your proposal, your wedding, a party, whatever it is,
30,000 is not that much.
Quadruple the number. At least quadruple it. I figured 30,000. I'm like, that's enough. I cover the whole bridge.
It's probably like a spot the size of this island.
It was bigger than that. Come on.
But yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. It was funny though, the entire day. It was extremely obvious that it was gonna happen. We had our team meetup that weekend, which was such a blast. Had athletes in town, and we were training, and Josh said to me, hey, I think everybody wants to go for a walk downtown after. And I was like, it's raining.
It was raining. We're getting ready. She's like, it's still raining. Are you sure they want to go for a walk? I'm like, yeah. No, they told me they want to go for a walk. We have to go for a walk. We can't let them down. It stopped raining for the 10 minutes we needed.
For the 10
like
minutes
literally,
we were there.
Skies cleared. It was still a little bit cloudy and misty in downtown Austin, which made for a really cool effect. But it stopped raining for just the amount of time we needed. And then as we were leaving, it started raining again. So for me, that's a good sign.
It was beautiful. So that's kind of our life for the past 12 months.
Dude.
We've had a lot of athletes compete, a lot of athletes that are getting ready to compete.
A lot of new athletes come to the team.
We're also bringing on some more assistant coaches.
Yep.
Super exciting.
We're growing, we're expanding, we're having fun.
That's kind of the catch up for the past 12 months. But today, we're gonna take you guys through a lot of fun stuff, actually. We've been staying in Santa Fe for the past month. Going to be spending winters here. So we are gonna take y'all through some training, some leg day training. We're also gonna take you on a beautiful walk, stunning here. And then we're also gonna go play in the snow a little bit. So I'm stoked. Missed you guys so much. So excited to get this rolling again. Be sure to subscribe, follow, like all this shiz.
We're gonna be doing the thing. We're consistent now.
Yeah.
Travis is behind the lens. He's hooking it up.
You can expect to see us once a month on here, as well as see us more constantly on our socials. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Leave any questions or anything you'd like to see as far as training's concerned in the comments below. We'll see y'all at the gym.
Alexa, what gym are we going to?
Dude, freaking Mandrill's gym in Santa Fe. Incredible gym. They picked out some of the best equipment that I think I've ever used. We are at Mandrill's and we are about to hit some legs. So we're gonna take you through a couple of different movements. I encourage you guys to give these a try, specifically with the modifications that we make, because they're gonna be massively helpful in muscle-mind connection, as well as encouraging hypertrophy, focusing on quads, glutes, and hams, kind of all of the lower body. So come follow along and get yacked with us.
Let's do it. I've been going earbuds in, but like not all the way in.
If my girlies have tragus piercings right here, they kind of get in the way of earbud headphones. So I switched over the over-ear ones. I really like these, but I know that they are gonna get stinky. I'm gonna have to Lysol them.
Bonus of couples that train together, if you have the same coach, they'll hook you up with some days that you can actually train together, which is really nice.
And we do that for our athletes. Doesn't it make you want to get down, dude? Bulgarians, which is kind of a fucked up thing to start with.
Yeah, a little bit.
But in a good way.
I gotta sleeve up, man. My knees feel about twice as old as I am.
You know you're strong because your sleeves stay in.
Because they say it. I like these knee sleeves. These are the Mark Bell Strong knee sleeves. I've tried a lot. These are the most comfortable, provide the most support, but not necessarily give you a lot of help out of the bottom, which is really nice.
Look at that dumpy. You got a license for that thing?
2025's the year we're growing cheeks, dude. If you guys pay attention to where she keeps the weight in line with her foot, if it's closer to her heel, she's gonna get a little bit more glute and hamstring. If it's a little bit more over her toes, she's gonna get a little bit more quad. Take that into consideration with the angle that you get your knee to. More knee flexion, more quad, less is gonna be a little bit more glutes.
We all need more glutes.
Did a warm-up set. There's no oxygen here.
Dude, we should have brought the oxygen tank.
I know we should. Dude, you notice it. These bad boys. Forearms are gonna give out before your legs do.
Yeah, much smaller muscles.
You don't wanna have to stop your set because you can't hold on to the weight, because I see a lot of people do this wrong. Especially if you're holding a barbell, the bar spins, right? So it'll spin out of your hand. But imagine this is a barbell. This goes one way, your hand goes the other way. And now. Move. Ooh. Body, move. Body, move. Oh, God. That's it. Oh man, a minute. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
So helpful. We're gonna hack.
I'm gonna let you hack.
I'm gonna hop. I'm gonna hop on the hack squat. And Josh is gonna leg press because his knees can't quite handle hopping on the hack squat.
I do have to be pretty particular about what leg movements I do, which training at a gym like this is great because there's a lot of options where I can push hard that do feel good on my knees. Whereas sometimes I feel pretty limited at a lot of gyms.
Yeah.
And then I get frustrated because I feel like I can't really have a good workout. So the variety definitely makes a difference for me.
All right, let's get it.
This right here is my favorite leg press of all time, especially when it comes to hitting the quads. Cybex really nailed it with this one.
I prefer to do my hack squats banded because though my knees are not as bad as Josh's, they still don't handle a lot of pressure at the bottom of the hack squat super well. So what a reverse band does for the hack squat is it's going to lower the amount of tension that you're experiencing when you're at the bottom of the squat, and then it will gradually rise as you come back up. So it's basically the same resistance profile as a pendulum, but on a completely flat plane of motion. So this band is super loose. I only get a little bit of help at the very bottom of this movement, which again just takes a little bit of pressure off of my knees. Every hack squat is going to be super different when it comes to setting it up. Look for 2 points that will not move and then wrap it around the sled itself. You should be good to go. All right, so when you are performing a hack squat, you want to treat it as if you are in the library. Even when you're going really heavy, you want to get yourself as close to the safeties at the bottom of the hack squat as you can without ever actually tapping it. So the closer you can get, the more control you have. Quads and your legs in general are going to stay engaged for the entirety of the movement. Whereas if you're slamming to the bottom, you're almost using some momentum to bounce yourself out of the bottom of the movement. We want to control it. We want to engage the legs. We want to make sure that we're treating this movement like we're in a library.
That's my depth.
Nice, dude.
What's up?
I want to give you a little tickle.
We're having fun.
Were you gonna give me a smooch? Thank you, Paris Hilton. Good. Good. Easy. Up, 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 up. Up.
Oh. Oh.
Shit.
Thank you.
That's a good job.
That's a good job spotting though.
Thank you.
You didn't help too soon. Drive, 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 drive. Yes, good.
Dude, that altitude.
That was a good set. I just gave you a little bit of help where you needed it on like
Ooh, son of a bitch.
2 of those reps. I see people make mistakes on spotting all the time. They like help too much, too soon. Start doing the rep for your training partner who's actually doing the set. It'll throw them off. You like yank up on the weight. They shouldn't be able to tell that you're helping. You should be watching their entire set, where in the range of motion they look like they're going to be struggling the hardest, and anticipate that that's where they're gonna fail, and then barely give them just a little tiny bit of help to get through that spot so they can keep going. That's it, that's your job.
I can't be someone to look at.
I got a question.
What's your question?
How do you put the weights? Numbers go in, right?
Numbers go in. Numbers always go in.
Okay, what about when you put them away?
Depends. If they are flat like that, numbers go out. If they're tilted like a plate tree,
Numbers
they
go
go
in.
in.
Yeah,
Because
so if it's like
you need
this,
to pull it out to wrap your fingers around it.
yeah, if it's flat,
Yeah.
it goes out.
Yeah.
But if it's angled,
Yeah. It's a heavier.
important questions. I used to have to match them. If a yellow one was first here, yellow one would have to be second there. I've come a long way with my OCD tendencies. I can mix and match colors now.
Ooh. Let's do kickbacks, curls, and B stance RDL. That Kim K shelf. Full shelf kickbacks. Glute max kickbacks. Superset with glute med kickbacks. If you look at the glute max is gonna be this big boy right
It's gonna be
here.
this. You might, yeah, I'll get in here.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glute
Yeah. Yep.
is your upper glute. A lot of people really struggle with hitting glute med. Switching up your kickbacks to include both, massively helpful. So glute max kickback.
So while she's doing this for glute max, she's keeping her hips square to the cables, right? So she's not allowing her pelvis to rotate much this way. She's keeping her lower back really flat, spine's perfectly neutral the whole time. And she's driving through this heel. So that's why she likes these heel straps, is because it helps her drive through that heel, squeeze this part of the glute up into that extension. And I know a lot of guys probably don't do these, and I didn't for a long time with the knee issues. I started doing these and I started prioritizing a lot more glute training, and dude, my knees feel so much better.
So you can change the angle of your upper body based on how high you want to kick your leg. If you come up higher, you're not going to be able to kick your leg up quite as high, but the resistance on the cable is going to be significantly higher when you're at a lower angle, because the angle of the cable is going to be closer to 90 degrees. Whereas if you're more bent over, the angle of the cable is more synonymous with the angle of your leg, which means there's less resistance. That's a fat dumpy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Big old dump truck back there.
Can you actually come get this side?
Yeah.
I struggle with this side. Struggling to connect to a muscle group. Have someone poke it while you're training.
Go ask your gym crush.
Yeah, go ask your gym
Give you a
crush.
hand.
That's better. Okay, so she's gonna go here for this upper side butt, which is the glute medius. It's gonna be a little more responsible for abduction and external rotation. It's gonna give you that top shelf. It's gonna give you that butt you can see from the front.
It's gonna give you that butt that you can balance champagne on.
Well, BBL, they just like marbleize your butt with your own fat, right? With like an implant, I feel like I would be afraid to sit on it and pop it. But I think with a BBL, they take fat from other parts of your body and then they like spin it and then they inject it and like marbleize your butt.
Are you considering it?
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding? With all this cake? I don't know if you guys can see like that right there. That's what we're going for. You can like pinch it. You can really grab yours.
I feel like I have pretty good connection to my...
You got real good glute medius.
Yeah. I find it's easier to not get as much back involved when you stay
Whoa.
square. Yeah, right? A little bit further out to the side. There you go. Turning foot out. Yeah,
a little bit.
Toes out towards me. Yep, there you go. People typically perform their glute medius kickbacks like this.
Like 45.
Yep. So you're still kicking directly away from where the cable initiates. What ends up happening is that as you fatigue, you're gonna put a lot of pressure and work into your lower back. You're gonna notice that you're gonna start warping it. A lot of it's because you don't have dual support with your hands. If you actually face towards the cable completely and instead bring your leg out at an angle, you're gonna keep more stabilization through the spine and put more of the weight into that glute med. Well, I know what my favorite silly tattoo of yours is. You guys both have it.
Okay, so Travis is behind the camera right now and we went to college together and we ended up getting this tattoo one night. It says, whatever's comfortable.
Whatever's...
Lunch with the boys, and then, what, 12 hours later? We ended up at a tattoo shop.
The first time I went to Colorado, we went to an extremely sketchy tattoo shop that should not have been a tattoo shop. I think this one's my favorite though. My little cowboy raccoon. B-stance RDLs are really fantastic for isolating one side of your posterior chain in your lower body, one at a time. I really struggle with connection to my glutes and my hams. By doing B-stance RDLs as opposed to traditional RDLs, I'm able to really engage with each side and make sure that I'm not allowing one side to take over for the other, keeping everything balanced and doing a good job of connecting with it. Setups can vary, but I like to use a bench to help me balance. I use opposite arm as leg working. That helps me balance. So I'm gonna hold the weight in the same arm as the leg that's working. In this case, left leg's gonna be back, right leg's forward. And all you're gonna do is perform it as a traditional RDL. Push your hips back. Very little weight on this foot. And then drive those hips forward.
Notice she's not coming all the way up and locking out as if this were like a deadlift, right? She's coming up about 85% maybe of the way to full extension. So she's keeping tension on her glutes and her hamstrings rather than standing up straight and just standing with a straight leg. Keep more tension in the glutes and the hams that way.
If you traditionally struggle with connection on these, I would also recommend that you do them barefoot. When you have a sole on or any sort of cushioning on your foot, it's very hard to manipulate where your weight is in your shoe. So by either wearing completely flat-soled shoes or by doing it barefoot, you're gonna be able to easily drive the majority of that weight into your heel as you drive your hips back, which will allow you to isolate that glute ham a lot easier.
Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. This is pumped.
Hamstring curls.
This is kind of a less popular piece of equipment. Not a lot of gyms have a standing hamstring curl. It's very similar to a lying hamstring curl. I just tend to like them better single leg. I can get better contractions, but same rules apply. She's keeping her spine perfectly neutral. She's not allowing any flexion or extension in here. And she's not driving her knee super hard into this pad. She's keeping her pelvis where it is and kind of thinking about pulling that knee just barely off it to zip that up into her lower glute. Gets you a nice full hamstring contraction. If you're trying to get really good at these and figure these out, it feels very much the same as if you were just gonna stand here with no weight and curl up and kind of extend your hip a little bit. You can see how much the hamstring engages here. It's the same thing, you just replicate that feeling with weight.
If you're doing a lot of weight, the likelihood that your back is getting involved in the movement is probably pretty high. If you're moving it really fast and you're not pausing at full contraction, the likelihood that you're using some momentum or your back is involved is pretty high. Hamstring curls, to really connect with the muscle group, need to be slow and controlled. Pausing at peak contraction, he's controlling the load on the way down. His back is completely neutral and not moving the whole time. It's a lot of hamstring. At the end, you can rep them out, you know? You can get some speed going.
I get a few more partials there.
Yeah, but if you're not controlling the weight through the actual set itself.
See, something going like this.
Don't do that. That's not what you do. You do that.
Can you see him?
Dude, look at this. Look at those ham hocks. He just stays like that, you guys. Walking around with those things. I'm so jealous. His hamstrings are ready year round. My hamstrings are ready for stage about 2 hours before I get on. I think I'm done with legs, you guys. There's enough shaking on that one. You better work, bitch. I feel like you just have such obscenely good connection to your hamstrings.
I do.
I feel like that's pretty rare.
I do like the idea of thinking about tension and then rock into the movement.
As long as you can control it, yeah.
As long as you can control it.
As you progress and as you get better, there's gonna be things that you learned at the beginning of training that no longer apply.
Yep.
When I first really learned to connect with my quads on leg extension, I would keep my foot very, very flat. That would take the hip flexors out of the movement, make it all quads. And it did. As I progressed and as I got better connection to make the movement harder and to get the entire quad isolated from the teardrop all the way up to my hip, if I flexed my foot, I would have better connection. So it's a matter of connecting to the muscle group in very specific ways for you, and then trying new things from there that don't necessarily take away from the movement, but actually add to it. When I'm working with my clients, I have them make adjustments to help them connect with the muscle group. And then once that's mastered, I'll move on to making more specific suggestions that they can try out a bunch of different ones and see what fits best for them. Everyone's gonna be different, and it's gonna take a lot of trying of the same thing over and over again to see what best suits you.
The longer we coach and the more people we coach, the easier it is to look at someone and just like look at their anatomy and the way that they're built and know, okay, you're probably gonna respond better to this variation before you're gonna respond well to a different one, just based on how you look and how you move.
So try out different things. There's never one specific way to do any sort of movement. There are things that are inherently wrong because you could injure yourself, but there's always worth trying out variations to figure out what works best for you. We just finished up with some lunges, some calves, and we're getting ready to go home, have a little bite to eat, and then we're gonna take the little doggies for a walk on the golf course. Giddy up and yeehaw. Mika, do you wanna go? Do you wanna go for a walk?
Do you wanna go for a walk? Yeah? You wanna go for a walk?
Mika.
Do it right now? You wanna go for a walk too, buddy? You want?
Dude, I love going for these walks at sunset.
Yeah, me too.
This has been such a nice part of our routine. We're posing for the White House, okay? You know how they always have their pictures walking with their dogs
Yeah.
across the lawn?
Yeah, they do.
It's been a pleasure having you guys with us today. Had a really good time catching up with y'all, going to the gym.
Good session.
Tomorrow, we're gonna go to the mountain.
Alexa's gonna catch some sick air for you guys.
Watch out, dude. We'll see you there.
Bright and early tomorrow morning.
Wear your sunscreen.
Ooh.
Okay, so something that I didn't mention before, we are gonna go snowboarding today, and after Josh and I got engaged, when he proposed to me, he was saying how he wanted his ring and it wasn't fair and he wanted to be proposed to. He put a lot of effort and energy into proposing to me. So I am going to pop the question back to him on the mountain today and give him his ring, which he's very excited about. So stay tuned and you guys will get to see that part too.
I think I'm still gonna.
Cold?
It's fucking cold out here. I'm also a baby though.
What are you doing?
I have to pee and I'm warming up. We're at Ski Santa Fe.
It's a nice local hill.
Josh likes snowboarding, so I learned how to snowboard a few years ago.
She got really good really fast.
So we're gonna go shred. So come hang out.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Alexa learned how to snowboard, and then this year she is learning how to ride switch, and she's kind of killing it. We both have a little bit of the sad, you know, we get a little seasonal depression. Skiing and snowboarding just gets you outside so much in the winter during the darkest part of the year, where you don't really get as much sunlight, that it really makes you feel a lot better.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big.
It is nice to be at the point where when you fall, you can just kind of laugh at yourself.
Throw up my goggles.
I love you.
I love you.
We're in your favorite spot. I am so excited to spend my life with you.
Me too. Dude. It's so exciting. We get to do this forever.
I know.
Oh my God! What? What? Did you have this? What? Oh my God! I can't get a. Yes, dude. You're gonna propose back to me?
Yeah, I was gonna. You said you wanted to be proposed
Yeah, I wanted
to.
my ring too. It wasn't fair that you had yours and I didn't have mine. Oh man, what a sweet
so
plan that is. Oh my God, I love it. That's so cool. Dude, I thought it was so unfair that I got to propose to her and she got her ring, and I was like, I want my ring. Let me see the box. Oh my God, dude. That's so cute. Have you guys already seen this? Am I the last one to know?
I already know.
Oh my God. I love you so much. Ooh. We're dating for probably like 6 months. And when Alexa wanted to make things official, because she was ready a little before I was, she turns to me and she just goes, "So are we doing this thing or what?" While I was speaking to her during my proposal, I was like, dude, it's so hard for me to just ask if you want to do this thing. She cracked up.
I did.
This is so adorable.
I love you.
I love you so much. It's got meteorite in it. So it's a little black and it's got some meteorite in there. Yeah, dude. I'm engaged.
He doesn't care
He doesn't care.
at all.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting married. Yeah, let's shred.
Shreddy.
Wow. That was so cool. Got a little squirrely.
Oh no!
Congrats, yes. Yes, yeah, pick that one.
Dude, today was great. It was a beautiful day. A big thing as now a professional bodybuilder, if you're not actively working towards one specific goal, just move your body.
Just get outside and play.
Play, yeah. Your
Yeah.
movement doesn't always have to be super strict. If you are training for something specific, then train for that specific.
Yeah, like if you're in prep, do
the prep
Do your prep.
But it is really nice to have a little change up of scenery every now and then. Thank you guys for coming back and hanging out on the YouTube.
We're gonna upload this to the line.
We're gonna have monthly content coming at you guys in this long form content. Want to make it educational, want to make it fun, want to take you with us on our adventures. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big.